Well, would you look at that? We're back.
Holy moly.
We are back. Before we even get this going, I'm not going to give out any personal details, but just, everybody out there, keep JP in your thoughts. He's going through a little something right now. So whether you're religious, whether you send prayers, good vibes, thoughts, whatever it is that you do, just keep him in mind because, he's got some stuff going on. But if he happens to watch this, JP, we love you.
I will
And
take my newfound energy crystals and send them his way.
hey, that's like some literal good vibes. But
Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow,
just
wow, wow,
keep
wow, wow.
JP in your thoughts. But so we're talking about the first episode of Tales of the Walking Dead, and this I thought I looked at it. It didn't get terrible reviews. It didn't get great reviews, but I thought it did exactly what they said it was going to do, like little self-contained episodes. You know,
That's what confused me. Like when I messaged you, like it was like 10 o'clock my time. Like, hey, are you gonna send me a link? Like, it's still going for me. Is it going for you? I'm like, yeah, I guess I thought it was weird. I thought they're ending on a cliffhanger. I thought they're just gonna be like little isolated stories. Like, oh crap,
yeah.
there's 10 minutes left.
Yeah, it went on a little bit longer. I was so happy to see Terry Crews in an episode, though. I thought he fit right into the
I
Walking Dead
thought
world.
I liked his role. I didn't care for the hippie girls much. Towards the end, I liked her, but at the beginning,
She came around. She
yeah, the come
kinda
around
gave
was
me
good.
princess vibes. Not quite
Yeah,
as out there, but, I definitely got, like, some princess vibes from her, but I love that she instantly knew, like, that the pot brownie was a pot brownie.
yeah. You can't fool
I
them
ju
dang hippie gypsies.
I just love that they ended well, they didn't end it, but I thought that was the end of the episode, but I loved how they pretty much ended the episode with Terry Crews stoned.
With his sliced up neck.
She takes, like, one bite, and she's like, "There's weed in this."
Man, do you know your desserts are spiked?
I was seeing here Drago said, "I can't take Carrie Crews seriously with the helmet on. Wardrobe can change perspective." I think he's just using what he had. But I remember when he got on the road, I was thinking to myself, like, is a football helmet DOT approved? I mean, like, is that going to stop your head from getting smashed against the pavement?
We have a buddy that we can reference to for the best DOT practices.
That's true. I'll have to ask. I don't think they are, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they're meant to protect your head from getting smashed on the ground, not so much the pavement at high speeds. But um, I knew when she gave him that necklace that it was going to have some big role later on. I just didn't know what it was, but it stopped Crazy Karen's chop. So, but I thought it was cool because I think it was like I guess the whole theme of the episode was just like how the apocalypse changes people. Like, how
Yeah,
you just become, like, paranoid and just psycho, and how you really never know
life.
someone
Yeah,
online.
life gets kind of weird when you become isolated.
Yeah, I can imagine. Have you ever been isolated?
Mm, yeah, my first job,
Hmm. I
all
get
by my
isolated.
lonesome.
I get
Hated
isolated.
every second of it.
My fiance gets mad at me, and I have to go downstairs. I feel pretty it's like, "No, this is
No, you've been
what
banished. You've been exiled to the basement.
this is the apocalypse."
Hey, at least you're stocked up on plenty of arms and beers.
I do. I have lots of alcohol and survival stuff down here, but the one thing I don't have much of is food. I do have some food down here, but it's not a lot. Eternal Rex says, "I like this episode. I see Tales of the Walking Dead as a fun show to keep us busy until October." And I think that's all they were setting out to do with it is just something to kind of hold you over.
Little filler. Did you watch the preview for the next week's episode?
I did. I like how they had like sales of 2010 in the background because that's when
But
the
it's
show actually started.
like even during an apocalypse, like your boss is still a total d bag.
Your
I
boss
don't
is
care if the world ending. You gotta show up for your double shift on Monday. Shit.
even when the world ends, they're like, "Look, we've got to
Well, you
get
still
these
gonna make
margins
it.
up. We got to get these margins up." But there are
Tommy called
people
out
eating
sick.
people.
Yeah, Tommy called sick. I need you to fill in this shift on Monday.
Tommy is dead.
Sorry, I'm
Zombies
late.
ate him.
Sorry, I'm 5 minutes late for work, boss. I mean, it's just the world ending and nothing fucking matters anymore.
I'm sorry I'm late. I kind of had to go through a horde of zombies in order to
I'm
get to
looking
work.
forward to recapping that one next week because I love anti-work stuff.
Yes, we know. Gosh, I haven't even been on our Patreon in months. I'm sure it's not even an existing thing anymore.
Oh, I'm
But
keeping it afloat. I am solely keeping it afloat.
are you really? I need to cash in on that.
You probably got like $1 million in there that has been just compounding interest from my contributions.
Yeah, I need to check on that. I want to get back to it. Life's just been so busy. It's
It
hard to
has.
squeeze in podcasting. But when I saw they were doing a new episode of The Walking Dead, like, I mean, I'll be completely honest. Jesse and I have a retro Walking Dead review that we recorded like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just have not had time to sit down and edit it and put it out there. So a new one of those will be coming soon, and we're recording a new one tomorrow. So there will be more retro reviews coming here soon.
Speaking of shows, the finale for Better Call Saul's tomorrow, so I'm looking forward for that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know you're a big fan of that show. I'm gonna watch it at some point. I loved Breaking Bad. I just never had a chance to get into Better Call Saul.
If you liked Gus Fring's character, I mean, he's got some good stuff. Him and Mike Ehrmantraut.
I loved Mike. Mike was like my favorite character. That was my mom's favorite character on the whole show. But do you so I think the thing is like with these self-contained Walking Dead episodes, I feel like they are I don't know. I feel like, people will want more Terry Crews. I just hope that they stick to what they say. Not that I wouldn't love more Terry Crews, but like keep it like little self-contained. Unless they like bring him onto the main show, then that'd be cool.
It's fun. It's different. I liked it. It was. I think they did a good job telling a story in the time allotted, and I think it ended on a very good note.
I liked it. They mentioned Mount Pleasant at one point, and for a second, I thought that was the mountain that we camp on all the time.
I was gonna say, like, that sounds like a real familiar landmark.
Yeah, I was like, is that the Mount Pleasant? But I was feeding my daughter noodles, so in between, I kind of missed like.
Well, speaking of which, I got a snap of your daughter. I don't know what the hell she was singing, but she was singing something.
What tonight?
Yeah.
Oh man, so TikTok, of course, as TikTok does, they wear stuff into the ground, and they're really wearing that like remix to "Carry in Your Love with Me." And she's been singing that all night. It's like the cutest shit ever.
I'm carrying Terry Crews with me.
West Virginia down to dance. Oh, we could make a whole remix to that. But yeah,
Next hiking trip, we're doing that. Carrying your love with me.
Here's the question I have about the lady that he met. Like, what was the deal with the makeup? Like, I get she wanted to go in there and ready herself to go psycho because the weed was kicking in, but like, why did she have to go all like Harley Quinn? And it's like, I can't kill him looking innocent. If I'm gonna be crazy, I needed to at least look the part.
Yeah, I can't undersell this. This is just not what psychos do.
I mean, if I come out looking fresh, he's just gonna want to do me. I want him scared of me. And poor Terry Crews, man, went all that way to try to find who he. It just shows you. I'm not saying online dating's bad, but I'm just saying you never really know someone, even if you have lots of conversations on the interwebs.
Very true.
But then, well, no, you didn't meet your wife online.
Mm-mm.
Y'all like worked together and then talked online. You were like, she is real. She is a female. I know this. I know this for a fact. No, I'm excited for next week's too, man. I'm excited to see what they do with these. I hope they keep this series going, not trying to continue
just
every
a little
story.
filler, yeah.
Little like I know Alpha's going to be on one. I think everybody's probably that. I don't know for sure. I hadn't looked up much on this show. I wouldn't be shocked if that wasn't like the finale, having like Alpha return. But I'm super stoked to see that. Eternal Rex says Better Call Saul is on fire right now, and I see they only have one episode left.
Yeah, tomorrow's the series finale.
Are they still flashing between like past and future?
So, now they were kind of sort of the last episode, but like they're now pretty much like after where Breaking Bad has ended, like where you have Gene, who's now Better Saul's or Saul Goodman's the alias he gets from that vacuum sales guy, Gene Takovic.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen The Boys season 3?
Of course.
Yes, we started a new tradition: beers and boys Friday nights.
Beers and boys o'clock at Justin's house Friday night.
But now that The Boys is over, we just watch other. We watched Prey this Friday night. That was actually a pretty good movie. But yeah,
strong with us.
The Appalachian American says there was an episode tonight. Damn it, I'm out the loop. Yeah, it's Tales of the Walking Dead, man. You got to jump on it. It was good. It was Terry. Like it's hard not to like anything Terry Crews is in. Like he's just what's bad is too like he's this big beast of a dude who could probably
He should
snap
have
your head off.
massive, even the external jugular vein should have been like bleeding profusely when she was slicing his neck.
That was weird. Like she just kept like, yeah, yeah.
Like when you see people like really like getting like really worked up, you see this vein pop out on the side of their neck. Like that should have been an easy one for her to slice and just blood just gushing out.
Especially if he was all worked up thinking he was about to die. You know.
It won't bleed like the regular jugular vein, but it'll still pump out some blood.
Dr. Source Rex says, "Whoa, the show's back. I thought y'all had switched to whenever the AMC debut was." No, I still don't have AMC Plus.
Poor man doesn't have it.
Yeah, I haven't made that commitment yet to AMC Plus. I don't know, man. I'm just not into like getting a streaming app for one show. Like at least Hulu and Netflix.
God,
And
we
Disney
we have Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix. Like we're essentially paying for 2 cable bills.
Don't you also have AMC Plus?
Yes, Ashley got AMC Plus, Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max. Like we have all the bullshit streaming services. I think we're using her grandpa's Paramount Plus,
See,
which I don't hardly touch.
I used to have HBO. The only one I don't have is HBO. Well, no, I mean I don't have.
I have mine logged on your TV, so use it at will. I can't be paying all that money for nothing.
Oh, good question from Donkosaurus Rex. Matt, being you're in the medical field, would the downer or whatever she gave him affect the blood flow? Maybe
I assume
heart rate now.
I assume that what she gave Terry was just a big old heaping helping of THC, and that really doesn't do much for like heart rate or blood pressure like narcotics do.
The more you know. Michael Myers says, "Which show do you prefer, The Boys or Stranger Things?" I love them both. I know it's
they're both. Yeah, it sounds like they're both different than what me and my wife need to start Stranger Things, but they sound like the way Justin touts is like they're good in their own ways. Like
yeah, they're two
apples and oranges.
Yeah, they're two totally different shows. I love them both. I mean, I will say The Boys for me has been more consistent. Like Stranger Things season 1, season 2 was pretty good. Season 3 was season 4 was the best the show's ever done, in my opinion. So, The Boys, I think The Boys, I've heard people say season 2 they didn't like. I've liked it the whole way through. Like,
Speaking of The Boys, we had a bear come through our neighborhood this afternoon.
I saw that. Yeah. We had our friends, Matt and another group of our friends,
a black bear ransacked their garbage can. And so me and my wife load up in my truck with a broom, and I'm yelling out my truck. I'm going, "Oi, oi, you come!"
Yeah. A bear is going through another one of our friends' trash cans down the road from Matt, and Matt and his wife armed themselves with a broom.
I'm just sitting on the street going, "Oi!" The bear's like looking like, "What the hell?"
You're gonna do fine in the apocalypse.
Listen, I chased up a black bear. I'm good.
Matt and I have an apocalypse pact, actually. And it's that if the apocalypse starts, first order of business is I shoot Matt in the head.
Yes.
That's his request, not mine.
Yeah, this is me. This is my dying death wish.
This is me tapping out. Jonas Belilli offers a different perspective. Says, I didn't like Terry's character. His stature doesn't fit the feminine guy stereotype. Do y'all agree?
People can have feelings.
We seriously need men to be men again. Shane style without the crazy. I mean, that's just Terry Crews, though. I mean, Terry Crews is, he's big and he's buff, but I see what you're saying. I understand the wanting men to be men thing, but I mean, but in real life, I know plenty of muscular guys who are like big teddy bears. So I mean, it's for me. I felt like it was still like Matt said. I mean,
I am a great cuddler.
I wouldn't know, but your wife says great things about the cuddling. Not much.
Yes,
cuddling though. She says you're fantastic.
On point.
But no, I mean, I guess I slightly disagree with that because I do know big muscular men who are, silly,
more in tune with their emotions.
And I think on The Walking Dead we have plenty of like super macho dudes, but I don't know. I like Terry Crews.
I like more dimensions in a guy. Like I liked Terry's, but I mean I like anything Terry Crews and he's always good.
Right. Well, I feel like too. I was gonna say I'm partial too. It's bad to ask me that because I like Terry Crews so much, so I'm instantly gonna be partial to liking what he's in. But oh, go ahead.
Talk about like men being men, like Jensen Ackles in The Boys. Like I loved his how he portrayed the manly man. I loved how he did it.
Yep. I just, I think that some guys are like that. And in The Walking Dead, if and thing is, I feel like Terry Crews would have been a muscular beast, and that's it. It would have been too stereotypical. It's like, oh, we've got this big muscular Terminator dude. We're just gonna watch
Could
him
you
slice.
imagine though, like being alone for so long, like you become extremely vulnerable.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like when I was like pretty much by myself on my first job, like man, I was a ticking time bomb just of just emotion waiting to like for the dam to break and just a wall of emotion to shower on everybody.
But the difference is you aren't muscular like Terry Crews.
People not seen from my neck down on here. I could be like 6'5" and like 350 pounds of muscle.
Michael Myers, this one you'll love, Matt. Do you think Pope or the Reapers will
I
appear in
hope
one of these
so.
episodes?
Greatest villain of all time. I think we need a spin-off of Pope.
Why
Walking
is your
Pope.
what did he ask him? Why
you got scratches on your back? We've been
why
walking through Bramble all day, man. Leave me alone.
went to take a poop and I just got my neck scratched?
Yeah, watching some thorny bramble, man. Leave me be.
You got some pretty scratches on the back of your neck. No, don't burn my face.
You're gonna fry good with the rest of the bacon tonight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just was not into the Reapers or Pope. I mean, and I feel
We
bad
must
because
walk in a menacing V formation.
somebody had commented and said the
Daryl.
actor that played Pope loved The Walking Dead and was super excited to be cast on the show. So I hate that that's the character that he got because I thought the Reapers were just like cannon fodder. I felt like they really didn't serve any purpose in the story whatsoever. They just were there to kind of fill in
A slight nuisance to the main crew.
Right. This is slightly inconvenient, these Reapers. Out of that story, I will say we got one of my favorite moments from the show ever, though, when Maggie, went ham on them with the revolver and started capping them
That
all.
was pretty badass.
That was a badass scene.
That was the best thing that happened to and with the Reapers.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Let's see. Eternal Rex says, "Don't forget Pope's hat thing or whatever it was." It like exactly
little toque.
What is that thing?
I think it's called a toque.
I thought it was just a short little stocking cap, kind of like Daniel wore in Fear of the Walking Dead, but then it had
it's a winterized yarmulke.
I predict Terry Crews is going to be baking cookies with Carol in a spinoff.
I would love that.
I still, when I point to like Walking Dead episodes that bored me, it gets no worse than Carol chasing a mouse the entire episode. Like, if you were to go back in time and tell me there's going to be an episode of The Walking Dead where literally Carol just chases a mouse throughout her house the entire episode, I'd be like, no way.
Like, sir, you got just outright gold there. That's like gold written on that script.
Make it an episode. It's like they were in the writing room with all the COVID and everything. They're like, all right, we got to come up with a story for this episode. Someone's like, I don't know. Why don't we have Carol chase a mouse or something? Everybody laughed.
I like the cut of your jib, kid.
The boss was half paying attention because this is just filler. So he's like, what? Oh, yeah. Make that
that's good. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and write it out. But yeah, I hope not. But I would love to see Terry Crews in the regular show, which at this point, it really ain't no point because it's getting ready to end, even though all these spinoffs are about to start. And
hey, guys, it's me, Terry Crews. I'm a main character now. The end. Shit.
I've reached my goal. I saw where they said the Rick movies have been canceled and that instead there's going to be a Rick and Michonne spinoff show. And it's like,
I saw that too.
You're taking Rick and Michonne and Daryl and Maggie and Negan, like all of your best characters, and you're giving them their own spinoffs. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense just to like maybe continue it with all them together? I mean, those are the ones we're interested in anyways.
Well, they're gonna diversify, then they're gonna reconverge back into the Walking Dead 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Jonas Belilli asking a tough question here. What made this episode good and what made it bad? What made it good for you, Matt? What did you?
I liked like talking earlier. Like I liked the ending, like how Terry like fesses up, like hey, like he's a vulnerable dude. He feels like he's missed a lot living the life he did, and that hippie chick's like, well, now like you can always start anew. Go to what direction you want to go. So like I liked how it ended. It was really sweet.
It ended on like a very bright note.
Yeah, like it reminded me a lot of my life. Like trying to figure out, what am I doing? Like trying to give my life meaning.
Minus the muscles.
I'm not showing waist down now. I was going to, but now I know I don't want to.
I'm only muscular from the way you said waist down.
From the waist down, I got really thick thighs, and now you guys don't get to
Undefined.
see them.
What
I made it bad. I felt like the hippie chick's character was kind of one dimensional in the beginning, like your run of the mill hippie vegan chick. But like I said, the end was sweet. It kind of hit home to me. So I liked that, making that connection.
I did find it interesting because they kept playing Charlie Pride's Kiss an Angel Good Morning in this episode. And probably 2 hours before this episode, I was producing some sweepers and liners for our country radio station. And one of them that I used was Charlie Pride's Kiss an Angel Good Morning, like 2 hours before the episode began. So I had been hearing that on repeat. Then it was on Tales of the Walking Dead.
Crap, is my workstation still up?
Your workstation?
No, your workstation here in that song.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
leave it logged in?
Yep. Like, uh-oh. But no, I thought it was good because number one, man, I'm partial. I just really like Terry Crews, so I enjoy Terry Crews. But I mean, I like, I like kind of character study episodes if they're done right. I mean, I know that's kind of hypocritical because I complained about the Daryl solo episodes, and I still maintain that they're boring as shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it felt like it was constantly stuff happening. And I think going into it for me, see, like the Walking Dead main show, you're expecting big things to happen. I think I lowered my expectations with this show and just knew going in like, hey, these are little one-offs.
I'm just here to have fun.
Filler. So with that in mind, it wasn't that bad. Michael Myers says, do you think the goat will survive?
Yes, the goat will make it to the very
Crews
end.
is going to eat that goat.
He's like, how big is Terry Crews? Like, he needs some protein. He's gonna wither down quick.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know, maybe they said it and I missed it because again, I was feeding my daughter ramen noodles during the episode. But like, are they heading back to hit? Because he number one, they just had a perfectly good bunker there.
I know. Why did they leave that?
And if they are leaving,
There's a dead body in there. We can't go in there.
Hope at least they're going to go back to Terry Crews's bunker. He had a sweet little bunker. But I thought it was cool that they made references to like preppers and it was a lot of little stuff in this episode that I liked. I mean, like making fun of preppers and then the preppers being the ones to survive the apocalypse. And for anyone who like the hippie chick, she really, who she really reminded me of?
Who?
Jesse that does the retro reviews.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
That girl had a very similar personality to Jesse. Jesse's a little sillier, but very similar. Lance Hornsby in the comments section. They definitely should have a governor spinoff and bring back David Morrissey. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The only thing I worry, though, is like, remember how long? I mean, it's been almost 10 years.
The governor's second term.
The governor. Then technically they would need to make him look a little younger, but I mean, I'm sure they can do it with Hollywood magic. But I would like to see Merle. I'd like to see like Merle and Daryl's backstory, which I don't think they'll do that, but would love to see the governor's backstory of how he became the governor. I've read the book, The Rise of the Governor, so it'd be interesting to see if they drew anything from that.
First, he was the governor. Now you will love him as the senator.
I was a governor. Now I'm a senator running for president in 2 years. Who stole Terry's bike? I don't know, but I wanted to be like, what was that?
It was Jesus.
What was the thing where it's like, oh Lord, Terry,
back it up, put it in reverse, Terry.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Oh Lord, Terry. I don't know who stole. Was it the magician uncle from World Beyond? Was it?
It was Jesus.
Education. You know what, Jonas? I have to research that. I'm not sure if they were in the same location or not, but it could have been. That'd be a cool little connection. They probably had that.
Man, at least. And even in the apocalyptic world, if you don't lock your bike, it gets stolen in like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I feel like the apocalypse. It's like a double-edged sword, though. If you chain it up against a pole, then you need to make a quick getaway, and you're like, oh crap, why did I chain this up? But you don't chain it up, and then some goofy magician rides off on your bike. Skibbity free, you can't catch me.
Damn it.
Stupid magicians. Lance Hornsby says it doesn't matter. Have you seen David Morrissey lately? He looks the same. Well, good. Hopefully they'll do that.
Don't blame me. I voted for the governor.
Eternal Rex says, I just saw a video the other day and they're already taking down Alexandria's walls. Sad times we're living in. I know, man. I saw that on Facebook and it's so sad it's the end of an era. I remember when the Alexandria was new, like watching the show, episode by episode live on TV. It's like I remember when they just got to Alexandria, and that was hard to believe that was, season 5. Michael Myers says, "Bruh, imagine they made an episode on cops from season 5." I'd rather see the Vatos. I didn't find those cops interesting at all, like
Yeah,
at all. I'd rather see the
yeah,
Vatoses.
get their own spin-off.
Yeah. With Latino Ludacris there. Simon would be cool to bring back too. Exactly. That's the good thing about this series, man. I hope people
This
get behind it and
fall,
watch it. Simon.
Simon's in charge now. Coming this fall, Simon says.
And I mean, I know it sounds out there, but I would love to see almost a what if Walking Dead series. Like, what if the governor won? Like, what if Negan won? Or what if Negan would have killed, Rick? I don't know. I just think stuff like that opens up the doors for some really
What
cool
if Rick
stuff.
fell off the horse in the first episode and died immediately?
Oh, my neck!
Well, it sucks.
Dun, dun.
I hope no one's fucking my wife.
The den. As he dies, Laura's probably thinking of me right now. Oh, Shane. I mean, if Rick if that would have happened, if Rick would have died and when he fell off the horse, then there would have been no drama because Shane and Lori would have lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
Dale watching them, giving them Dale face through the woods. Let's see. In your opinion, which Walking Dead character do you think was pure evil? The governor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Without a doubt, because the one difference, the one thing the governor lacked that most of the other villains had was some conviction. Like Negan, as jacked up as what he was doing was, and his screwed up way, he thought he was saving the world. He thought he was saving people. Alpha. I mean, she was evil and bad, but at the same time, like there was a method to her madness. That's how she viewed the world. The governor just was evil. Like he, at least most of the other villains thought that they were serving some higher purpose or they were fighting for survival. The governor just killed for no reason. So I'd say
don't blame me. I didn't vote for him.
I didn't vote for the governor. Dale watching him. Dale's always watching people have sex with Dale. Yeah. I've been telling Jesse like the whole time we're doing this retro review, and it's like her first time watching The Walking Dead. I'm like, you just wait. Dale bangs everybody. Dale's gonna bang Lori, Maggie. Dale and Shane are gonna reconcile, and Dale and Shane are gonna bang. It's just wild. See, and like, all right, so he's the fool on the hill says claimers were evil. I agree to an extent, but like Joe still had you're right, they were evil. I guess my thing is the governor was just such unhinged evil. Like at least the claimers had like some kind of rules to what they were doing, and so did Negan. It's like the governor just killed indiscriminately. He was just like a psychopath.
I'm just glad Pope never heard that we pulled out of Afghanistan. He'd have been really pissed.
Yeah, I think he would have. I don't know, Matt. Who do you think the most evil character in the history of the show is?
I think I got to agree on Governor just because, he just completely, just totally unhinged.
I mean, you didn't have Alpha out there killing her own people just for the hell of it. I mean, she killed that girl and her boyfriend who challenged her because then
you step up.
She was doing like primordial stuff, like you challenging the Alpha, and
if you're gonna hang out with the big dogs, you better be ready to get bitten.
Drago says, when are we getting another retro? So we actually recorded an episode.
When the Patreon dollars start going up, I can't be carrying this team.
I swear if people subscribe to Patreon, I will get more active on the podcast because I'm telling you, my time is so limited as it is. And then it's like, well, if I got people on Patreon, I'm like, well, now I got a podcast. But you should have one this week, Dragos. We've got one recorded like 2 weeks ago, but we recorded it, and then I went to the beach the next week, and then I've been playing catch up last week. So I will edit it and get it back on there. Eternal Rec says, miss those retro reviews, Justin. Well, good. Hopefully you heard that, Eternal Rec. There's a new one coming this week. It's already been recorded, and we're recording a new one tomorrow night. So there'll be at least 2 in the next 2 weeks. Donkosaurus Rex telling y'all Lance is going to end up being Better Call Saul. It is established all the shows take place in the same universe.
Better pants, Lance.
What if Lance just shows up? Would your mind be blown if Lance showed up in the last episode of Better Call Saul
Oh, this is different.
with his little pistol, making shots at like 150 yards? He sniped us with a snub nose 38.
Listen, that's talent right there.
That's big talent. Let's see. We got time for a few more comments, then we're going to wrap it up. At least Negan had a legit reason to kill Glenn and Abraham. The governor had no reason to kill Herschel. He did that out of spite. He did that just as a F you to Rick. That's why I say the governor is the most evil. Like, Negan killed them because, A, they had killed a lot of his men, and B, he wanted to let it be known, like, hey, I'm not here to F around. He didn't even know, who he was killing and what they meant to everybody per se. Like, he knew he was killing Abraham because Abraham won't bow to him, but
like all of us are lined up on the ground, tied up, and they bash my brains and joke's on you. He wanted it.
That's kind of like an Umbrella Academy when they capture Klaus and they're like torturing him and beating him up to get information, or they're like, your family will come, and he's like, you picked the wrong one. Yeah, like when we're all on our knees and Negan's like, eeny, meeny, kill Matt.
Me.
Does he want it or something? No.
No, he just wants to sacrifice himself for the greater good of his team.
Oh no, Negan, we understand. We're so sad.
Boo-hoo.
Can we go now? If Shane was still alive, which character do you think he would have been a great partner with? Leah Shaw? I don't like Leah. Shane partner, I think Shane and the governor would have been a good either partnership or facing off because they both reminded me a lot of each other. Like, I feel like Shane could have become the governor had he have lived long enough,
or at least a hell of a lieutenant in his army.
He just had that unhinged, like, he's smart and he strategizes, but then when he loses his temper, he just goes
Thinks
all
he knows what's best, and has to use his ego to make some bad decisions.
Which I do. If you go back and watch, it is really good story writing. How, like, all the things he tells Rick that he's not, that he needs to be to survive. And Rick's trying not to go that route. And Rick ends up going exactly that route, and that's what makes him the great leader he is. How about Tails backstory? How about a Tails backstory episode of me showing how much of a yuppie politician I was?
Very yuppie. The yuppiest, some would say.
Shane and Rosita. I can see that. As a couple. As a sexy couple. Farmer Rick. Let's see.
One of these days, Justin, you need to do a live stream of you playing the VR Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that's so fun. I did that on Seth's podcast for a little while, but I've definitely thought about doing that. I now that I know how to stream it, I probably will at some point do like a live stream of playing. Because if you haven't played the on the Oculus or whatever VR you use,
it's so much fun.
It is. It's wild. Like it's hilarious. We crack up every time we play it. Thoughts on the Rick and Michonne show announcement? Yeah, I think that they should stop doing all these.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I think they should stop doing all these separate spinoffs and be like, okay, if we're gonna film with all of these popular characters, then we need to continue The Walking Dead just under a different name. But put them all together, man. I want to see Maggie and Daryl and Rick. Let's get the dream team back together. Michonne. Why are we splitting them all up? Let's put them all in one show instead of a bunch of different. It's just more advertising opportunity is all it is. More shows, more advertising, more dollars. I mean, we could have them together and then not have to deal with.
Listen, Justin, I don't care if we're an apocalypse. We need this to be the best quarter ever.
Yeah, I could see. It's all right.
Man, my boss sucks.
I know the world's ending, and I know that everyone you love is dead or getting eaten alive right now.
But we got deadlines, damn it.
We've got to meet our quota. What does that even mean? We're a fast food restaurant. There is no quota. But no. So as we wrap this up, my thoughts, and then Matt, I'll let you share yours. I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was fun. It was a little I thought it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. Just a nice little fun, self-contained episode just showing us different survivors, in other parts of the country during the apocalypse. So I
I
give it.
completely agree with that sentiment. I enjoyed it for what it was supposed to be. I think it delivered.
Yeah, it's like they didn't promote this as being like big secrets will be revealed or like some. It's just like, hey, we're just gonna make these little episodes, just one-off episodes, kind of like an anthology of just different characters going through different things, just a fun little fill-in for the show, and that's exactly what it did. So I very much enjoyed it.
And the sweet, relatable ending was nice for me. It really hit home, like struggling with being alone or like trying to figure out what you want in life. So I really liked that.
This one hit Matt right in his feels.
My feels like I'm gonna ask my wife to hold me tonight.
Is she sitting next to you?
Now she's in the bedroom, right? I'm just gazing and looking at in her direction. Hold me, wife. I'm vulnerable tonight.
Terry Crews said it's okay to be vulnerable, even if you got big muscles like I don't.
Rub my thick thighs, baby. I'm feeling vulnerable tonight.
That's what y'all didn't realize. Look, Wild Dale watches.
Yes.
He's holding you. You look over. Dale, get out of here.
Damn it, Dale.
He's like doing the Dale face where he like squinches up. Stop judging me. Oh, but yeah, right.
Looking at my thighs.
You should be out. I'd say probably by Wednesday at the latest. If I have time tomorrow, I'll try to get it worked up and on there. I know Tuesdays are my busiest day of the week, so there's no way it's going to be out on Tuesday. But hopefully Monday at the very latest on Wednesday, you'll have new retro reviews. And Jesse just got to the mid-season finale of season 2 with the whole barn thing. So I'm definitely interested to hear her thoughts on that. So she's coming over tomorrow night to record that episode. So more Walking Dead retro reviews will be coming out soon. And again, JP, if you happen to watch this, we love you. To those listening, if you just tuned in, you didn't hear it earlier. I was saying, whether you do, I can't give out personal details, but whether you into prayer or thoughts, good vibes, whatever, just keep JP in mind. He's going through a little something. And
tell JP. If he does watch, tell him I will personally send him a picture of my muscular thighs to him because I know it's a treat for those that can see it.
The muscular thighs.
It brings everyone's spirits up.
I will text JP right now and tell him that
he will get a picture of my thunderous thighs first thing in the morning.
That's just gonna cure and make everything better.
It does.
Well, thanks so much to Matty Dubs for jumping in here and joining the podcast.
Yeah, these are fun to do. We haven't done them in a while.
I know. So we'll be doing another one next Sunday, right, Matt?
Making my Patreon dollars go to work finally.
So, Matt, I expect to see you back here next
we'll
Sunday.
Be back. We'll be back.
To all the listeners, you too. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, if there's a shitty boss in the apocalypse, I'm going to make commentary on it.
Matt's more excited for next week's episode than he's ever been for any episode of The Walking Dead. But we'll talk about it next week. In the meantime, I'm Justin.
Matt Dubs.
And with the Podcasting Dead, peace out, y'all.